Every month during the Maysh Community Spotlight, we feature local individuals, businesses, and nonprofit organizations who are nominated by you for making an impact in communities all around the Southcoast.
This month's nonprofit was going to be Gnome Surf. After meeting Chris, learning everything about him, how he got to the spot that he's at, we've decided to dedicate the entire month to Gnome Surf and Chris and his staff and all the amazing things that they do.
Chris Ferranteo here from Gnome Surf. We're a 501c3 nonprofit surf therapy program, and we surf with kids with autism, Down syndrome, ADHD, depression, and anxiety. Here at Gnome Surf, we do individual surf therapy lessons as well as weekly camps on Sunday, which we call Happy Camp, which we'll have anywhere from 15 to 20 kids and their families, and we do surf, art, yoga. We have a small social afterwards, so we can also help with the socialization of these families. At Gnome Surf, we're trying to build a community for families to come, and what we teach them out there is that by believing in themselves and really stepping outside their comfort zone, they can achieve anything they want in their life. People may look at us like we're just surfers, but our families are really telling the story for us about how life-altering this is for their child. We were at about 650 families last year, and this year, by the time it's all said and done, we'll be at about 1,200 families. So definitely one of the biggest surf schools in New England. We have a lot of plans. We want to build a treehouse resort here locally so families can travel from all over to us. We already have families coming from Philly, Vermont, New York. We're looking to build a treehouse resort in Costa Rica where we can actually take the families in the wintertime from here to get a wellness escape out there and just give them that ultimate wellness and healing experience. Every child with a disability has the opportunity to feel love, to be accepted just like any other child is. Over 98% of our children are feeling happier after a surf lesson, and over 93% of them are feeling more self-confident. People no longer are looking at a child with autism and seeing their disability, but rather their ability to teach us about life. To meet these kids is to love them. They're just pure individuals, and like I tell everyone, a child with autism, it's not a disability, it's an ability. The most honest, spiritual, gentle humans I've ever met, and they teach me so much about kindness, and I absolutely love it. None of this magic can happen without sponsors and donors like you, so please consider partnering with us or making a small donation. You can contact us through any one of our social media platforms, or you can contact us at gnomesurf.com. These kids are really telling a great story, and it's truly amazing what they're accomplishing out there on the waves.
So Chris, tell me how you got here.
My parents are immigrants to this country. My mom grew up extremely poor, so the part of me caring for others has always been ingrained in my fabric. We grew up vacationing in Portugal, so my love of surfing began when I was a child. I struggled as a child with ADHD, and surfing did a lot to gear me in the right direction. Fast forward, was a Division I athlete, was a state champion in high school in wrestling, was able to go to college on a scholarship, and then coached wrestling for a little bit, but I still felt like something was missing. My corporate day job, I'm a senior vice president at a bank, not your typical banker, but I really had that passion and I needed something bigger in life, and decided to open up this surf school for kids with autism, Down syndrome, ADHD, depression, and anxiety. Fast forward 5 years, we're at 1,200 families to date. This summer alone, we had over 750 sessions and over 500 families. So a lot of magic's happening out there, and I'm just blessed and grateful to be chosen to be the founder of this program.
Wow, 750 sessions in the COVID-19 summer of all summers as well. That's amazing. What is next for Gnome Surf?
We just want to be able to provide what's necessary for our families. So we're currently building in Costa Rica, and we want to be able to provide our families with a wellness experience. We also want to build a local treehouse camp here, so our families that are traveling from as far as New York City and Philadelphia have a place to stay with us here. We'd also like to expand on beaches up and down the East Coast. Next year we plan on being on 3 beaches: Westport, Little Compton, and Newport, Rhode Island, and then just keep growing from there.
the vibe out there, that we had the amazing experience. Thank you again for letting us come out and just watch what you do, the smiles on these kids' faces, and the stories that you've helped, bring to these families. How do you get involved with that?
We need volunteers from all walks of life, from professional people to people who have a good vibe about them and want to get involved. Every Sunday during the summer we have a camp which normally has about 15 to 20 families, and we want to be able to provide our families some elite luxury experience, and that takes a lot of people behind the scenes and people on the beaches to truly make that magic happen. We're a nonprofit, so we thrive off of donations and individual donors as well as corporate sponsors. So we need corporate sponsorships, we need individual donors, grants, anything that will help us drive our mission. 15 years from now, I envision this being one of the biggest surf schools in the country, whether it's for-profit or nonprofit. We want to have schools up and down the East Coast where families with kids of all abilities can come and receive surf therapy.
Gnome surf, where did the gnome come from?
I was out on a bachelor party in Europe, and had thought of this name, and we were in Bruges, Belgium, walking around. It's a magical town, and went into an antique store, and I'm just thinking, hey, what's our name gonna be? What's our name gonna be? I look down, and there's just this plastic gnome with thumbs up staring at me, and he became our mascot. One of our first surfers named him Mr. Cool, so he's Mr. Cool the Gnome, and that's where Gnome Surf came from, pretty much.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. So you have gear, apparel, all sorts of things that people can purchase?
Correct. We have a shop that you can get to directly from our website, and we're supported by all local artists who do our designs, so none of them are like replicated designs or anything. They're all fresh. The art community has really helped build our brand.
And you have this shop here on North Main Street in Fall River, so
Correct.
people can come in here as well and purchase not only art to support the artists, but any gear.
Yep, we'll have gear. We're converting right now into a co-op space, and we'll also have our own surf line apparel. We'll have some surfboards, some wetsuits, so our families can also purchase as well.
So your surfers are coming from everywhere.
We're not just a surf school from the Southcoast. We really service all of Massachusetts, all of Rhode Island, and we have surfers from all over the Northeast. We're just looking to continue to grow that, and that's why we feel it imperative to have a local treehouse resort here that our families locally and that are traveling from a little bit of a distance can come to. If we could find a couple of big donors and some corporate sponsors, we could build our treehouse resort in the next 2 to 3 years. And once that's built, I think it creates enough revenue and to sustain the organization well into the future. I'm a banker, I come from a finance background, so I'm very, very meticulous with how we spend our money. Like, nothing goes wasted here, and everything's refueled back into the program to help grow it.
So Chris, typically what we do with the Community Spotlight is we're purchasing a gift card from a local business, we're giving that gift card to our community member of the month, and then we're donating to the charity of the month. Since we're focused on you guys entirely, we would like to make one big donation to Gnome Surf to use as you see fit.
Awesome.
So thank you again for bringing us out and teaching us all about Gnome Surf and surf therapy and the amazing things that you're doing for these kids.
Thank you, we appreciate that very much. We'll probably give a scholarship out for some surf lessons for our kids. If any of you are interested in donating or getting some surf lessons, check us out at gnomesurf.com. And we're gonna hold you to that surf lesson that you wanted. So maybe we'll be back on Spotlight again with you as the spotlight and learning how to surf with us. So
Summer 2021,
let's do
me
it.
surfing. Let's get it out.
Do it.
Thanks for watching this month's Maysh Community Spotlight. Be sure to support this month's winners and all local businesses in your community. For more information and to place your nominations for next month's Spotlight, be sure to visit us at mayshcommunityspotlight.com.